Phil, hey. I was just thinking about you. Those Islander tickets, right?
How about this humidity?
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay? Let's ride!
New week. It's a new week, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a good one already because it is, damn, what was it? Had to be over 70 today. Siri, what is the weather right now? Siri, you piece of shit, what is the weather right now? It's 60 degrees. I don't believe it. The high was 70. Had to have been at least today. But here we are, and it's just another turning of the page. And I'm so happy to hit off a clean week with a great return guest. I feel like I just saw her a couple of days ago, which I did. It's Chrissie Mayr.
Oh my God, I'm back.
You're back. And I was just, you know what? It was, again, I got to thank you for hosting me at your studio on Saturday night, because it's not every day that I get to go and sit in on a show somewhere else that I was invited.
The people deserve to be able to see below the waist for Frank Valbiro. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just, how do we know what's going on down there based on your show? We don't.
And if people watch that episode, they might actually think that I wear jeans often. And I don't. I hate jeans, but I put them on when it's necessary. We have to, when you have to, take things a step up.
And I didn't even think to tell you, like, yeah, Frank, this is going to be a wide shot. People are going to see your pants. Be prepared.
I know.
You were prepared.
People might think I'm like a Lego man after all these years.
Yeah, they're just a torso.
I'm just a torso. That's what people are most freaked out about when they meet me.
I had a guest, I won't say who, but he had a long car ride. He's a comedian. And when he showed up, he's like, oh, what kind of shot is it? It's my pants are going to be in the shot. And then he immediately rushed to the bathroom to change his pants. And I'm like, did he shit himself in the car on the way? That's what I assume happened.
I don't know.
But maybe he just wasn't wearing photogenic pants.
It could. I don't know. Some people take things into consideration that I just don't. I just knew something inside of me said, let's just drop the sweatpants tonight. Let's go for some jeans and yeah.
Did you feel like, it's not my show, like I'm not in control of it? Did that make you feel anxious, or was it like a weight off?
No, I loved it. I that's why even on this show right here, when I open up the lines, every night I pray that I have just some wild calls that come in and people that are just like, I got a story for you, or I got a theory or something like that. I just want to sit back and listen to people talk, and it takes so much. It's not just about wanting to show up and have the work done for you. It's a certain kind of feeling I'm chasing, and every once in a while, yeah. So when I sit back, and you might have noticed, but too many questions directed at me make me feel uncomfortable. I feel like I'm not interesting enough for people.
Really?
And that's
you are. You have a very interesting story, and I feel like we've just scratched the surface. Like, I didn't even get into like your family life, or get into like, I don't know why you want to broadcast or something. I don't know.
Yeah. There is some weird stuff there. I learned as far as radio goes, I don't even know where that started. I think it's just one of those things where I just loved the voices coming over the speaker and knowing that they are in a room somewhere, in a building, whatever the hell it is, and it's just being transmitted invisibly through the air, and you wouldn't know it's even floating above you, like like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, and you wouldn't even know that these voices are just float like overhead or penetrating you and going through, unless you had this receiver and 2 AA batteries.
I wish I could lick the walls here and they would taste like snozberries, but it just tastes like lead paint.
I know.
Every time I check.
And sometimes I wish it was lead, because then I have a feeling that's another thing there too. Like that was back when paint was lead based, and they keep saying like, it's poison. It was poison. Well, I wonder, was lead based paint like being inhaled or something like that? I
think it was chipping off, and I don't know, kids were eating it.
See, that's what I call bullshit. That just because paint was chipping and peeling off, that everybody just couldn't resist eating it.
Yes, because now my toddler, like, his new thing is putting coins in his mouth. Like he's a freaking coin star. I know if he has a devilish grin on his face, he has something in his mouth that he shouldn't. And he does it just because it gets a big reaction out of us.
That's what they do.
I go, and then, oh my God, he had a freaking coin in his mouth a couple days ago. I'm like, spit it out, Frankie, spit it out. Like, I got my most stern mom voice I could muster, nothing. And then Frank comes over, he's like, spit it out. And like, came right out. And I'm like, this is the power of being a man. I'm like, you already have the 2-year-old's respect.
Oh, listen, that even happens with Aurora. I hear her testing Lauren from time to time, and then I just show up like Jacob Marley. I show up like Jacob Marley.
With your chains.
Sometimes I just appear over Lauren's shoulder and I stare right into Aurora's eyes, and then she just goes on with what she has to do.
Wow.
And it's all right. But yeah, I would love to hear you actually take the mom voice out one day. I hope I'm there for that.
Really? Yeah. Maybe I need to do that more on stage. I was listening to, because I'm thinking about, like, I have to do this mom set when I'm performing in Orlando next Friday. And I'm finding one of my inspirations lately is Ali Wong, because she did so many specials pregnant, and she talks, and I really appreciate like how real she keeps it when talking about it. Was that, and I rarely do this, but I'm like, oh, listening to her stuff is actually inspiring me, and like, shaking some things loose of things I want to talk about on stage. And I think I've been previously afraid to do that because I'm so afraid of like copying people's material. But I was like, oh no, like lots of people have given birth and been pregnant and talk about things like breastfeeding. You know what I mean? So
see, this is what you and I were talking about off air. Because most of what we were discussing on your show on Saturday night was about just being on a different kind of journey in life and saying goodbye to trying to, not even things that you can try to do, but just shaking off aspects of the life you lived when you were in your 20s, going into your 30s and all that other stuff, and just realizing you're becoming a little bit more conditioned as a person. You're going different places. You're a mom now. You're converting. You're going to church. There's so many things that are now becoming a lot more of a priority to you. At that point, whenever you go through these really nice turning points in your life, it's a great time to say, all right, how can I use this? What part of the chalkboard should I find some joy in erasing?
Yeah.
And reworking, so that, because once you start feeling a disconnect, like if I was still talking about the shit I was talking about 20 years ago, all these years later, if I was still talking, celebrity stuff and all the other shit after becoming a dad and all this other stuff, I would feel a major disconnect between where you're heading and what you feel like is your shtick. Right,
because what you say, like on a broadcast, it's not too dissimilar from like your stage sort of set or shtick or whatever. I mean, it's not the same, but it's like, yeah, it's you're talking about your feelings, you're talking about your point of view, what you find funny, what you're noticing.
Well, a comedian, your whole career is based on making observations. You can't. That would be like saying, okay, well, I'm only going to observe a certain part of the world, and I'm only going to make observations about certain things that are happening with me, because it's not what I was doing 15 years ago. And that's so I say don't worry about, all other people have talked about motherhood before, so I feel weird about pivoting to that. No, this is your life. Just talk about it.
Yeah, and certain things she was saying, I was like, oh, I was laughing so hard. I'm like, yes, and then like she had some things that like I just was like, oh, that's pretty gross. It's pretty graphic, and I'm like, wow, yeah, I'm at a place where I wouldn't go that graphic or that gross with some stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to go Amy Schumer talking about the smell of her pussy and all that stuff.
I just don't. I need to go there. It's bad enough that I'm not prioritizing showering these days anymore because I'm busy. Do I need to tell everyone? Well, I guess I just did, but I don't have to go more graphic than that. It's
like one good shower every 72 hours. No.
What is that, 3 days?
Yeah, once every 3 days. No, in the wintertime, sometimes I think you can get away with,
3 days.
Yeah, I didn't take a shower today, but I also didn't do too much. Yeah, at least
the third day. Yeah.
No, in the winter, sometimes you can get away with that if you're just really just shuffling around.
If you're just still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summertime, no. You sweat, doing nothing.
And even less so if you're a person who works out.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? You already mentioned it, so let me put it up on screen real quick. You're going to be in
yes, that's me.
In Orlando.
That's AI me on the flyer. The guy who booked the show, I think, made this. But yes, the place is called the Orlando Comedy Club. It's at the Calypso Bar and Grill on 6300 Park Cornish Drive in Orlando. And if you'll be at the Geeks and Gamers meetup that weekend, it's next weekend. This is the Friday night late show. I think all the meetup stuff will have concluded. So if you're there and you're looking for something to do, come out. There's also in your ticket price is an after party. So the guy said, we can shut the place down. He'll keep it open as long as we're there.
Well, if anybody in the audience who is in driving distance of Orlando wants to go out to the March 20th show that Chrissy has over there, just take a picture with Chrissy and email it to me. Ooh. and me and Lauren will mail you a postcard or something.
Wow.
So just email it to me and we'll mail you something, stickers, postcard, a Polaroid. We'll do something special for you. Just show me that you showed up.
Cool.
Okay. Anyway. And also, speaking of coins that hopefully you won't put in your mouth, ladies and gentlemen, for the Super Chats this week, we're going to be building them up all throughout the week. And then on Thursday, we're going to draw a name from all those Super Chats on YouTube, Rumble, Quite Frankly, Superchat.com, and the Gold Pills on Pill.net. I'm starting it off with 4 silver quarters. You got 4 silver quarters. I'm also throwing in a golden ticket from Keto Brainz. That's going to get you a full bag of Keto Brainz. I'm going to give you one of these.
Ooh.
So that you can, I told you I had to get you some.
Does it get me into the chocolate factory?
No, I don't think so.
You said golden ticket, Frank.
Oh, well, it is the Keto factory. And then also, ladies and gentlemen, I had a great friend of the show send me like 6 or 7.
That looks like an Egg McMuffin.
You remember Mad Balls?
Yes. Oh my gosh, how old is that?
I think these are originals. These are late 80s, 90s, but they still have incredible bounce. And there are so many different Mad Balls that was sent my way, but I had 2 of these came in, so I said I'm giving one away.
Ancient relic.
Yeah, it's an original Mad Ball.
You know how you feel about the Mad Balls is how I feel about the old McDonald's toys, like Happy Meal toys that were in the shape of, they were like little transformers, like it was like a French fry or a hamburger, but it would like transform into like a monster. That. I want to like find all those again for some reason.
It's happening. I remember when they were re-releasing all of the old Disney films. And you go to get your Happy Meals and stuff, and you get like the owl from Bambi. Ooh, you remember that?
Yes.
Or when
the toys used to be so good.
Yeah, you go and get like Ursula from. Yeah. All of a sudden, you open it up. There's Ursula, Little Mermaid, or
Beauty and the Beast.
We had it. We had it good back then.
So many. We didn't realize how good them films were.
I know. So yeah, I got the quarter. This is just to start the week off. The quarters, the free bag of Keto Brainz, the Mad Ball from Dean. The reason why Dean sent it to me is because Chrissy in January we read Ready Player One.
Or is it that Martha Washington thing I couldn't do?
No. That was in December.
Okay.
That's on George's death date. You'll do it this year, though.
Okay.
But we read Ready Player One in January, and there's one part in the book or in the movie where a mad ball was used as a grenade. So I said, oh shit, I remember those mad balls. So they came in here too.
Imagine if Frank, this is just like an elaborate ruse. Really, you're just cleaning out your closets and you're doing spring cleaning. I'm just throwing a bunch of shit out. I'm going to make it seem like they're prizes to the people.
People do, the opposite is true. People sometimes clean out their attics and send me stuff.
Ooh.
And sometimes it's really cool. Like I've like a metric ton of old books. And sometimes I could use some. I'll donate. I'll move it around. I'll raffle some off. I try to do the best I can, but
I love an old book. When my dad was, I'm gonna have to stop saying. Well, he was murdered, but I have to. Then I feel like I have to go into the murder story. Anyway, after my dad died, we went to his house, and he had a bunch of old books. I took an old book about like plants, but then I saw a big old book about eugenics, and I took it, and it's the coolest thing.
Who
like
wrote it?
I don't have time to like read the whole thing. Next time you come over, I'll show it to you. It's just, and then you read it because you hear the word eugenics, you go, oh, that sounds pretty Nazi adjacent. That sounds like, you're gonna open it up, it's gonna be all like the Jews, but it's not. Like the few pages that I've read, it's just like what to eat when you're pregnant, like how to, like it just seems like common sense stuff and some biology stuff, and
yeah,
it's just real old.
I guess there you can consider it. Okay, well here, let's just get the
chat's probably
hold on
upset with me, and you have someone in your chat, Frank, who hates. I guess that there was an episode where he thought I was on my phone too much, and like if anything, I'm on my phone to look at the chat. But so anyway, now I'm hesitant to even look at the chat. I don't want to get yelled at.
I tell, it's not just you. I tell everybody before we do a show. I mean, the couple of weeks when Mike and Anthony were here for the Zadalza 20-year show, I tell everybody, especially Anthony, I said, listen, I know that sometimes you're peeking in on the chats and all that stuff, but leave the phone somewhere. Because it's not only distracting to me, but I can't stand looking at the chat. And people are rightfully, they're only trying to improve the show. And they're like,
because you see, like you saw my setup, I have a big monitor that you can read the chat, like, but you can keep your eyes up while you do it.
Yeah.
This is, you have to like look down and see the chat on your phone. So, but you know what? I'll read the chat when I get home later. Okay, people?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Hey, I have here. Eugenics is a set of largely discredited, unethical beliefs and practices aimed at improving the genetic quality of human population.
Yeah.
Now,
there's that.
Now, within that, within that umbrella, there are. You can imagine there are more practical things you can think about. Where, I guess, when you get down to the timing of conception, the positions you're using, the diet, how are you eating at a certain time? What kind of children is that going to produce? Are you looking to increase the likelihood of having a boy over a girl? That all falls under the umbrella of eugenics. But then, of course, there is also just, ethnically cleansing a place. And you can go to that.
It didn't see any. Well, I didn't see a part about that. I'll have to go home tonight and like look for it. But I didn't.
Well, the Nazis learned from Margaret Sanger and the earlier iterations of Planned Parenthood.
Right. There was no chapter that said Ixnay on the ooze, Jay. But I haven't read the whole thing.
It was mostly blacks back then.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what they were. They were trying to just do that.
That's funny. Gosh.
Yeah, I know. And it was all out. It's all out there too. So that's why it's just so fascinating to see how methodically people have had their their frame of reference on history shortened and tightened to this, like, I don't know. It's like, they have blinders on and they can't really see anything outside the box. So when you see most people out there protesting for one thing or another, and how far back the history of their movement goes, and to see people essentially being the new foot soldiers of an organization or a movement that 100 years ago had the stated intent of wiping them out. It's crazy. Like with abortion, how it is right now. I mean, that was a stated intent. It was not only to get rid of what they thought was the feeble-minded, but to also make sure that, Black Americans, their population never grew.
But like they did quite a job. I mean, if you look at the abortion stats,
oh yeah,
it's majority Black babies that are getting aborted.
And to this day, even though many are waking up to this, and I'm happy about that because I don't want to see babies murdered. But to this day, one of the biggest, craziest arguments for supporting abortion is that it is sometimes the only tool a Black mother has in saving their child from.
What's also a tool is keeping your legs closed. But now I sound like a grandma, but that is really a useful tool.
It is a useful tool. You start seeing the practicality of that. But you think about the privilege that this whole thing gives you. You know that Emily Ratajkowski chick?
Yes, she's like one of the most beautiful women in the world.
She's also a nut job.
Yes, she's also like a foaming at the mouth liberal.
I remember her saying something. She had to flap her gums about abortion and all that. There was one state or another that was,
and she's a mom too now.
Yeah, but she was making an incredible argument on behalf of all of the women of color who need abortion, and
that's so racist.
I know, but it's even worse.
Shit.
It gets even worse. These people, especially, I remember her saying this, and I said, "Wow, imagine the privilege to be Emily Ratajkowski, to say this and not have people come for you with pitchforks, but go,
they need abortion.
They need abortion because in some cases, she even said that it's not only a hedge against poverty and being able to support a child, even though nobody in this country goes hungry. She actually said, and others have echoed, that abortion for non-white women is sometimes the only tool that they have in breaking the birth to prison pipeline.
That is so sad.
Like it is predestined.
Women have zero autonomy over their, like, they have no effect. They could have no positive effect over this child's life to like break the cycle, even if that's the case.
Well, it is going to be hard if there's no, there's no father figure there. But even so, to say that there is no chance that this child, it is predestined that this child is going to end up in prison.
Wow.
It's just crazy. And then
that's really sad.
Yeah, but those.
But and that's their way of sugarcoating. Like you're slowly, cutting off your whole bloodline. Like it's either you're going to prison or you don't have a kid.
Yeah, I know. But like I said, the privilege of being able to go out there and make those arguments in favor of murder and not have people come for you, thinking that it's a noble and humane argument to make.
You're in a nice spot if no one's. Who's ever tried to cancel her for anything?
She's one of so many. Mm-hmm. It's not like she's a mastermind. She's just a dumb clucking hen.
They're all they're all clapping seals.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all. I don't know what the fuck else to say. What'd you think about, you and I were talking on Saturday night about how times change and suddenly here we are, in the entertainment industry to one degree or another, in New York, thinking that we would always, be shooting fish in the barrel as far as getting interesting people into our studios and all that. And now, it's become like so repulsive to suggest somebody come to New York. And then we have
it used to be people were in New York already. It would be like, oh, I'll catch you when you're in New York, because people would come for other reasons, because there was New York had a lot to offer people.
Yeah.
There was like, you could get on a bunch of shows. You could do a bunch of cool stuff. But now, like, ugh. I don't know. How did the non-New Yorkers in your chat feel? Like, is there any interest in coming back to New York if you've been here before, or visiting for the first time if you've never been? Like, what's the sense of the people?
The sense that I know from my audience is that it's on a spectrum, but it's going to be largely no thanks. But there's also a great number of people who, despite their no thanks, had, for example, for the Jamboree back.
What in the Dominican parade is going on outside?
I know.
Can your people hear this?
Somebody probably hit a home run in the World Baseball Classic.
It sounds so very Puerto Rican outside. What?
Oh, you
And
hear-
I have never. I was like, oh, they have Mexican Cokes at the bodega, and I don't drink soda, but I was just like, these are so special and rare.
They
And
are.
I got one.
I
Only
know.
100 calories.
Well, because they leave out all the high fructose corn syrup.
Yep. Wait, let's see. Yep. It's there's sucralose in here, which isn't good.
Oh, that's
but
not good.
Not good.
No, that's an artificial sweetener.
And I've almost drank the whole thing.
Oh,
But
no.
regular sugars, not high fructose.
Well, then there's no point. There's no advantage of having the Mexican Coca-Cola anymore.
Yeah. What did they do to it?
They put sucralose in there.
Wow.
That's terrible.
But it's from Honduras.
Oh, that's the problem.
This is a Honduran cola. And they're all fat and squatty looking. So
You got to watch out.
I should have looked more closely.
Anyway,
Sorry,
there's-
the Honduran.
there was plenty
viewers.
of never New York people who came to the Jamboree in September, and you know we didn't host it in the city. We're in Westchester County, and everything's fine up here, and that's nice. But I don't expect no. If I told people to meet us in in Brooklyn for a night of a bar crawl, I don't think that many people are coming unless they're already here.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, like I got lucky. I don't know if you've heard of Sean Fitzgerald. He goes by the Actual Justice Warrior on YouTube. He, lives in New York, and I think it's Brooklyn or whatever, Queens or something. And I met him when I did Timcast last month, and I was like, wow, like I get so excited. Like somebody who still lives in New York. Oh my gosh, come over, do the show.
Can we be friends?
Can we be friends?
Oh man. Yeah, well, there was an anti-Islam demonstration outside of, I think, Gracie Mansion or something like that with Zohran Mamdani. And there were also counter protesters, and two of them showed up with homemade explosive devices or
Like
devices.
shrapnel and like stuff like that in there, right?
Yeah, they hoped that it would explode or something. They had a fuse. It was lit. They screaming Allahu Akbar, which is essentially like a Islamic Hadouken.
Yeah.
And then and they threw these things around, and it's just crazy.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened, thankfully.
Womp, womp.
But of course, you have
They look like losers now.
this whole, that's just like what happened in New York over the weekend, and that just steals the show.
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious. It really is. And then of course then there's just the watching how the news decides how to cover this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's insane. Take a look at this one. Here, this is from NBC. Multiple arrests made after suspicious devices found outside of Gracie Mansion. No, it wasn't found. They were thrown by people, two men screaming Allahu Akbar. They were thrown in broad daylight, and they were
Wow.
lit. They were lit as
Good
well.
job, NBC.
No, I know. It's just crazy. Here's another one. This is from, what is it, Los Angeles Times? 3 arrests after devices thrown at anti-Islam protesters.
They have to call them anti-Islam.
Well, because there has to be a choice that's made. You have to make the choice. Who are you with? Are you with the anti-Islam racists, or are you with the two people who might have just gotten a little, just think about how riled up they were, how they were, it just, perhaps they shouldn't have thrown the homemade grenade, but if you really think about why they were so
Haven't we
upset,
all thrown a homemade grenade at one time or another?
that's really what it
Can't
comes
we
down
show
to.
them a little grace?
Show them a little grace. They're in a strange new world. Strange new land where everything can't be solved with an explosive.
Oh my God.
This is where we are. But I remember it was back in February. New York Times, they ran a piece about the guy, some guy that was getting deported, even though he had lived in the United States since he was a teenager. And he had been here for 20 years. And they waited until the end of the article to mention that 19 of those 20 years, he was in the United States in prison for murder.
Okay.
For
that
murder.
should have been the first thing.
This is why people say, if you think you hate the media, you don't hate them enough. And it's true. It's just like, what do they do? This is all we're talking
It's their
about.
marching orders. You gotta have the back of the illegals. You can't call them illegal. They're immigrants. This country was built by immigrants. And it's like, well, I don't think it was built by racists and fraudsters and sucking off the teat.
You speaking of sucking off the teat.
Teat suckers.
You remember the last time you were on, we watched Tyler Oliveira
Yes.
going into the Jewish city.
Uh-huh. Curious Joel in upstate New York.
Right. Well, now he has gone into Lakewood, New Jersey, which apparently is just the same.
Wow.
And what's going on in Lakewood, New Jersey, which is mostly Orthodox Jews who are heavily subsidized by the government and all their children and all that stuff. Apparently, it's almost like spilling into Tom's River and everywhere else. It's almost like Greater Israel in New Jersey.
Little Israel.
I know. So we got to look at that in the second half as well, because that's crazy. It's crazy to see. The other thing about the two people from the two Muslims who threw the grenade in New York is that they live in like some upscale Pennsylvania home.
What?
They were living in some, I think, a $2 million house in Pennsylvania.
What the hell?
Yeah. And their families had only recently become naturalized. So everything is messed up.
You're slapping the American dream in the face. It's like, get the hell out. Like, round these people up. I don't know. I just don't think it should take very much for you to get rounded up. Is that extreme? Is that an extreme take?
It's not. I mean, I guess right now it's getting less and less extreme. The problem is that there is a really crazy barrier for action, because the first thing that was captured were the newsrooms and the courts. And you have these crazy judges everywhere.
Yep. Oh, they're so compromised.
I know. I don't know. It's just too much, Chrissy. There's too much.
But you know what, Frank? Spring is coming. The winter slog is ending. The amount of snow that has melted just in the last 2 days is astounding.
It feels fantastic.
You know what
out
I
there.
spent the last 2 days doing? Picking up dog poops in the backyard. I'm talking a literal metric ton of poop. Like, this is all like a month to 6 weeks worth of 2 dogs pooping once or twice a day. There's poop on top of the snow. There's poop under the snow. There's melted poop. There's white poop. There's poop with corn. There's poop with peas. It's melting, and I couldn't find the pooper scooper, so I'm using a barbecue spatula.
Oh no! Well, I feel like I buy new barbecue stuff every year.
There's no way. Yeah, this is now the poop spatula.
Well, shout out to my next door neighbor, Jeff, because he was out doing that very same thing on Sunday.
It's brutal. And some of them you can't pick up because they're liquefied.
It was like the side of the house where my house meets my neighbor's. And he texted me to apologize because over the course of all of these snowstorms, you let your dogs out and all that stuff. And you say, I'm going to have to take care of this some of the time. It looked
so bad.
It looked like, because they got 2 golden retrievers.
Oh no!
2 full-size golden.
And we just have 2 doodles. Like they're 25 and 35 pounds.
Golden retrievers. They
poop like humans.
Human shits.
So does the 35-pound golden doodle. Like she'll take big ones.
It looked like the French countryside in 1917. It looked like World War I.
Oh my God.
And he apologized and said, listen, I understand. It was the first winter and God knows how long that we actually had like a proper winter. We had storms.
I love that. I loved how much snow there was. I want that every winter.
Yeah, I was good with it.
Yeah.
If I was shoveling it by hand, I would have hated it. But I relished the opportunity to go out there and work my magic with that machine.
Mm-hmm.
So good. I don't know. There's
it's fun. It's a great way to. I like exercise that doesn't feel like exercise. It's
yeah,
like you're just doing a task.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I don't know if you saw this. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, please, if you're just joining us right now, we got Chrissie Mayr over here. Please like and comment, leave whatever you can. Make sure that you subscribe and you put the notifications on every end around you can to not being just blocked from seeing anything that we do over here. Same thing for Chrissy and anybody else that you really enjoy. Make sure that you do not lurk and you go above and beyond, which only just takes a couple of clicks to make sure that you see them more, and that is to interact with the content. So thank you.
Leave a comment
everywhere
or an insult. Really,
it works. It works. Now I know I think this happened back in December. It's just popping up again right now, and Glenn Beck actually clipped this ridiculous thing that he did, and he shared it on March 3rd, right after the conflict in Iran. really kicked off. And what Glenn Beck had done that people are really recognizing right now, the absurdity of it all, is that he essentially created a AI version of George Washington.
Oh.
And then sat down with AI George Washington for a podcast. And
What a Glenn Beck thing to do.
what a very Glenn Beck thing to do. And I gotta say, I'm looking at this takes the cake.
Is it cool or is it cringy?
Oh, I have never seen something more. I mean, I've seen horrible things.
Let's talk about your wooden teeth.
Listen, he's actually talking to George Washington to try to get a little bit of a, is there any caveat to George Washington's staunch non-interventionism in the world? He's talking to him about whether or not it's rational. There's any rationalization of going to war in Iran. Take a listen to this.
George, we are trying to not fight foreign wars and not be involved in the world's policemen. But there are times that we have to demonstrate.
Look at this.
What? Come on. A t-shirt?
George
Washington would not be in a t-shirt.
It's so bad.
And he's got to have his hair a little bit more floofed out at the sides. Like he needs to look a little bit more like a mad scientist.
I know. But here.
Come on, give me a little bit of a puffy shirt.
He needs some frills, something.
Yeah, a t-shirt.
The fact that he put him in an Old Navy t-shirt is ridiculous. Anyway, here let's hear George. Fake
a white
George
button down.
A prescription.
Would have been better.
I know. Put him in a suit and tie.
Strength in order to prevent conflict, but I don't know where the foreign entanglement begins and where it ends.
When I was president, I did not crave power. I didn't strut in my uniform, dreaming of conquest. In fact, I begged several times to not be the general and not be the president. I didn't want it, but I understood my responsibility. And I also understood that some things...
I hate...
First of all, he's hot. Like, I'm distracted. Like, this is like giving RFK a run for his money.
Oh my gosh, you're attracted to George George Washington?
Yes.
The fact that he's starting off with all these canned remarks about how he first of all, I am completely the power and authority is something that really repulses me. I took it reluctantly.
Yes, I'm so humble.
We get it. Now, as everybody's been pointing out, Glenn Beck obviously is setting up the premise of, I'm on the fence. I don't want to get into a new war, but is there a greater cause here that maybe just this one last time we go for a ride into the Middle East?
It seems like you don't do this unless you're looking for something to justify your own opinions.
Of course. He wants to show his mostly boomer audience.
Yeah.
He wants to show his mostly boomer audience that, hey, I'm on the fence too. Let's see what George Washington would say.
Oh, it's not me saying this. It's AI George Washington.
Let's see what George would say about this. It's so fucking cringe.
that are easy to forget when you're staring down bayonets. Peace is not the default. It has to be guarded deliberately.
He sounds just like Glenn Beck.
He should have put one of Glenn Beck's Christmas sweaters on.
Strength. My generation lived through a fragile independence. Our new republic was surrounded, literally and figuratively, by instability. Most of the founders believed that we would not survive to 1820. We thought it was an interesting experiment. European powers were sniffing the opportunities. States were threatening to splinter. Loyalists were lurking. None of this was hypothetical. It was the daily background noise of early America.
So how did you protect that freedom?
Well, you said it, through strength. Weakness didn't just invite disagreement, it invited disunion. And I had already seen what happens to authority when it is too diluted. The Continental Congress couldn't pay the troops, they couldn't enforce unity or act decisively. That kind of vacuum doesn't stay empty. Either chaos fills it or another power does. And that's why I often emphasize the importance of demonstrating readiness. Not because I wanted conflict, but to discourage those who did. I said once, To prepare for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. That's not saber rattling. That's different. It's insurance. Think of it like this. A homeowner who never locks
Iran? Is Iran coming?
their door isn't more peaceful. They're just more vulnerable. By showing potential adversaries that the United States could stand united, respond quickly, and protect its liberties that it understands, I believed conflict could be prevented before it exploded. And this wasn't abstract. During the revolution, even some Virginian leaders wanted to keep pursuing negotiations with Britain. But I came to recognize long before it became popular that some risks had to be met with resolve, not appeasement. And there is a world of difference between aggression and deterrence.
So I don't know. Is that what we need to chomp on? Is what we're doing right now in Iran not aggression, but deterrence? And
Was Iran about to attack us? What I heard was that like they had made several attempts on Trump's life that we don't really hear about.
Please. I don't know about that.
What kind of equipment are they dealing with? Like, aren't we like the far and away the best military in the world?
I'll tell you one thing. I know many people in this audience wait in joyful anticipation of the second coming of Jesus, and I'm one of them. But right now, I would take the second coming of Ted Kaczynski. Right now, I would. When I watch videos like this, I just like, come on, Ted.
Uncle Glenn, and I like Glenn Beck, but like he's nodding along, like, yes, I put in all these prompts, and he's saying the things I want to hear.
Interesting where you're going with this, George. And I mean, George Washington was completely against being involved in foreign conflicts, and you know how far we've fallen with all this stuff, especially when like Washington issued a proclamation of neutrality. That really angered Thomas Jefferson back in probably around the start of the French Revolution, like 1793. And it baked into that was France and the British renewed their warring ways with each other. And he wanted strict impartiality and wanted to be completely out of it and not get involved. And Thomas Jefferson very famously was upset with this. You know, he liked the French cause. He, at least at first, obviously not when it became a bloody massacre, but mostly because he was upset that George Washington made a declaration of peace. That even a declaration of peace should have been done through Congress, not just not that a president. It's abhorrent that a president would make a declaration of war, but even a declaration of peace is something that should have been done through Congress. And now here we are. I just can't believe that Glenn Beck thought that it would be a good idea to generate an AI George Washington to help people kind of soften their stance on whether or not there is a deterrent value to going into the Middle East again.
I know. I wish like George Washington would have been like, whoa, we're indoors. Like, what is that? An air conditioner? I feel like, look at this. What is this on the ground? That's a car. I've never seen a carpet in my life. Like,
Glenn.
What is? You have a machine that has snacks inside of it. What is this?
Where the fuck am I? Like, I would love to. I would love to hear him. Like,
wait, what? It's what year?
That's not a real year.
Like, oh man, do you realize my teeth like they friggin' suck? I've spit 3 out just in this podcast alone.
I know. Somebody bleed me.
You mean I can just get caps now? I don't have to have wooden teeth?
Oh, he would be taken care of so well.
Yeah.
George Washington, that was what a way to live. All of his problems.
Did he die young?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, considering, I think he was around 60.
Oh, wow. Okay.
59 or 60 or something like that. And, wait until you see in December when you play the role of Martha. When you see what happened to your husband, you're going to go nuts.
Boy, I can't wait.
Yeah, when we were kids in elementary school and everything like that, we had our little rudimentary American history classes. We just learned that George Washington was stayed out in the cold one night and got pneumonia and died. And he and
Just didn't put a coat on.
didn't put a coat on. And then when you realize that the best doctors in America took like 2/3 of his blood,
Oh no!
he was just like,
What'd they do with it? Give it to the celebrities.
threw it
The
out,
Drink.
gave it to the
Just
pigs.
Threw it out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, what happened to all of George Washington's blood?
Oh my gosh.
Ugh, she could have made how many? Ugh, I don't know. Yeah, it's just somebody's got that blood. Somebody did
It'd be
something
worth a fortune today.
You know, there's a story to be made in that.
George Washington's blood.
Well, yeah, you know how he was a Freemason, right?
Was he?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And this is around the time that there was a major, split in Freemasonry as far as what direction it was all going in. And I wonder if the occult value of even just like a little bit of his blood could have been preserved somewhere.
Whoa.
And it took so much.
Like put it in amber, like Jurassic Park.
Yes.
And we could make a new one.
Like I don't know. They turn it into can you imagine it? You know how when they can make artificial diamonds by just like compressing carbon,
yes.
and you can make an artificial diamond. But molecularly, it's the same thing. It's just not taken out of the earth. Can you imagine they actually turned George Washington's blood into some kind of like a garnet?
Oh.
And then
people do that. People have jewelry made of breast milk, of cum and stuff. This is a thing.
What?
Oh yeah. I don't know why. I think my mom algorithm. Well, that's what showed me like the breast milk jewelry. I don't know.
What do you mean breast milk jewelry?
It's a service I don't know. I don't know if it's Etsy or what, but like you can submit your breast milk and they will make it into jewelry. Or like I think they do it with your placenta too. Your blood.
Well, I've heard all types of things happening.
Your period blood. Turn it into a necklace.
Oh my gosh.
That's so gross. I wouldn't even like do that with breast milk either. Like, why?
Wait a second.
Why do you need to carry that around?
How do people make jewelry with breast milk? I know that there's all types of placenta traditions that are for like, eating, baking, refrigerating,
burying.
Breast milk jewelry is created by preserving, drying, and grinding breast milk into a fine powder, which is then mixed in with jeweler's resin to form a durable stone-like keepsake. This solidified, opaque stone is typically cured in molds using UV resin and then set into rings, necklaces, and earrings to memorialize the breastfeeding journey.
If you look at it, it just looks a lot like moonstone. Like, just get some moonstone jewelry or like opal or something. It's just
and do batches of a dozen clients at once.
Here it is.
Remember, some samples take longer than others to
Oh,
dry.
I hate her voice.
In my last
This looks
breast milk jewelry
now
video,
it just looks like
you saw the
formula.
process of
And how do you
grinding the milk
know what you get back is actually your breast milk?
Kind of looks like an opal.
for 5
Yeah.
minutes, and the differences in the consistency. You can put the gram milk into a sealed bag with some silica gel sachets.
This is some
for a day,
witchcraft.
then
Look,
grind
there's
again,
hair in
which
there.
makes it even finer. To make a breast milk and hair stone,
I hate her fucking voice. I hate your voice. Headstone. Headstone.
We're not going to finish watching it.
Okay, fine.
put a small
they make
amount of the lock of hair on a piece of label
And
backing
hair.
paper. Don't use it all up, no matter how much the client sent you. That's very important in case you make a mistake.
Oh, God.
Add resin all along the hair and put a tiny drop in each of the molds. Use a cocktail stick to
Oh
soak
wow!
the hair
So
in
they're
resin
using
and
baby.
remove
I guess
air
this is
bubbles.
baby hair.
Then cut the head
and
to
breast
length
milk.
a little longer than the mold so they can curve around. Using tweezers, carefully transfer the hair into the molds. This part can be tricky, so give yourself plenty
Okay,
of
are
time.
you done? Or have you seen enough?
All right, go scroll to the end. I want to see what the final product looks like because this is not looking cute.
What is this?
6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, then 9 o'clock, then the corners. This may be enough to make the
Maybe, is there a video?
consistency.
Oh,
You'll find after a few tries.
oh, there's
if
the milk.
paste is too thin, it takes longer to dry. But if it's
Okay, well, I get it.
What does it look like at the end?
It just looks like regular jewelry. Like, for example, my grandma. I have my grandmother's, my mother's rosary here.
Aww.
I keep, you know.
I'm actually wearing, like, this is so random. This is like Frank's grandmother's ring. I just felt like putting it on today because it's cute. And,
this one is
wow.
made. This one is made from pressed roses.
Oh, that's cool looking.
You know.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's just roses and it's not breast milk, because that.
As far as you know.
Gosh.
It's your grandmother's breast milk in there.
Oh my gosh! Stop that. Anyway, yeah, that's it. But people do all these weird things. Like, I want to commemorate my breastfeeding journey. Why? It happened.
It's like
The
it's in your kid. That's the result. Like, you made it's an investment. You're done. It's like,
you want us to. You don't know how you commemorate it. Look at my healthy son.
Yeah,
that's my commemoration. He drank my breast milk.
Yeah, he's not getting sick as nearly as much as he would have if he didn't do it. There's your prize.
Yes, I'm not. It's not an Enfamil baby.
Yeah.
So there you go. Here's some of the comments from the AI video. Oh, let's see here. The United States shall remain a neutral in foreign conflicts. Literally a quote from the real George Washington. Like, what the actual fuck are we doing here, man? Somebody, many people say, oh man, boomers must be losing it over this one. Listen to this one. I can't wait until we get Erica speaking to Charlie. And Charlie says, that, quote, all Americans should support Israel and go die fighting for freedom and democracy in Iran. That will be peak dystopian. Yeah. Yeah, that would be scary. That would be scary. I don't put it past anything anymore.
Yikes.
I saw some people putting but you want to see some AI that I appreciate the use of AI for sketches like this, though. Here, somebody put out King Charles asking M, is it M? I forget, about the new 007. Here
King
it is.
Charles is the dog speaking?
Yes.
So, M,
that's the actual
James Bond has retired. Who is our new 007?
Your Majesty, we've selected someone who represents modern London.
Modern London.
Uh-oh.
Bond. Sing Bond.
He's just
send me bobs.
Send bobs and vagina. Send the bomb in the vagina. Vagine.
Oh my god.
I know. There's too much out there. There's too much going on. Shotzi says, great start to the week with Chrissy. Thank you so much, Shotzi. Jay Britt says, happy daylight savings, Frank and Chrissy. I hate this show. Thank you.
Oh, well, see, look, he's commenting.
Yes, he is. That's all we need these days. Well, what do you think? What do you think if you were to? Would you take spring forward as the permanent or fall back as the permanent?
Whatever gives us more daylight during the day.
Spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. We got to change the clocks twice a year.
But why?
It's a little weird. Yeah.
What does it ultimately help with the harvest? Is that why it happens?
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody out there, if you want to call in, we're going to open up the lines a little bit. I have a lot of stuff to do.
Any farmers listening, I want to hear from you.
Yeah, let me know so I don't have to go to Google or anything like that. Is there any modern reason for keeping this up? You know, is agriculturally, does it still work in our favor all these years later? Because, you know, we have places like Arizona who just say, good luck to you.
Don't. That's cool. They're just like, nah, we're not doing that.
No, thank you. Time is different here in Arizona. Joe Martinez, thank you. Gribble Sillin says, hi ho Silver. And then Rockman Drums on Twitch says, 5 months. Let's go. Rockman. There you have it. Good to see you all there. All right. What did you think about, did you see this UFO expert?
No.
That disappeared in New Mexico?
What? No, I haven't cared about a UFO person since Bob Lazar.
Have you ever been able to interview somebody in that that kind of field?
No, I don't know any UFO people personally.
There's a lot of people who can tell their stories out there.
Oh, yes. That's going to be my new thing.
You should. Well, you know what? You should really expand your horizons and just see just see what works for you. It'd be fun. All of a sudden you realize,
wow,
things aren't a couple of weeks ago, we were going through this list of whether they be I don't know, scientists or anything else like that are just like disappearing or died. This one, the media, New York Post kind of picked up on it yesterday. It had been out there for a little while, though. A UFO expert's disappearance in New Mexico is a grave national security crisis. A reporter warns mysterious disappearance of a retired Air Force Major General with deep expertise about UFOs who went missing without a trace on February 28th constitutes a grave national security crisis. It makes you wonder why. This is a man with some of the most sensitive secrets of the United States.
Did it have to do with toenail fungus?
Oh, God, I hate it. Don't you hate it?
That's what I think.
What is that?
You know how they got that fungus? Aliens.
Oh, man. I get completely sidetracked by all of the ads.
Yeah.
And it's always the most disgusting thing.
It's always funny, like when the ads like out you. I'm sure this is not the case for you,
No,
Frank.
I don't have toenail
But like
fungus.
my ads are like, oh, what about this bag you were looking at? Or like, what about this toddler clothing? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. That I would not be able to sleep at night if I knew I had those little nodules.
Doodads.
Ugh, that's gross. No, this is not me. I promise you. I promise you.
Imagine your ads are all, what to do about your small penis? Call this number. Or what to do about your huge penis. It's so cumbersome.
Are you finally fed up with that small little thing? Let's see, county sheriff's office, Bernalillo. There's a silver alert for the missing retiree, seeking help from the public and locating him, and noting that the law enforcement's concerns for his well-being are exacerbated due to the medical issues. Much like what's her name? Her mother,
Guthrie,
which is just gone from the news now. I guess
completely gone.
Gone. I guess you have to just assume that she's been dead for a while.
And yeah,
I think
let's somebody say, okay, she's dead. Everyone go home. I need closure.
I don't know. I mean, down there,
or maybe this is this UFO guy. Maybe this is like his grand plan. He's been into UFOs his whole life, but also hates his wife. And he's like, this is what I'll do. I will disappear while I'm out in this UFO area, and they'll assume it's the aliens, but really I'm just going to start a new life.
Can you imagine
get the
this
hell
is
away
linked?
from Diane?
This is the kind of thing I say all the time. These stories like this, God knows how many times that stories you think are completely separate from each other actually overlap. Like what does the Guthrie mother and the UFO guy?
They're having an affair. Look, I'll meet you out there. I just need a few months.
That's it. Well, what if they had the similar medical issues?
Wow.
During his Air Force career, McCaslin, headed up research at Wright-Patterson. Oh, Wright-Patterson, there's a lot of lore there.
What's that?
Apparently, that's where bodies were kept.
Cool.
Like retrieved bodies. A role in which he oversaw classified space weapons programs, according to Coulthard. The base near Dayton, Ohio, is rumored to be in possession of fragments of external debris and allegedly from UFO hotspot Roswell, New Mexico. No. What the rumor was that the bodies went to Wright-Patterson and that the everything else went to S4, where Lazar was at.
Okay.
Well, I mean, maybe it could have been all that stuff. I get all my stories mixed up, but interesting.
You know that song? It's like Bob Lazar, do 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 do. Ooh baby, it's making me crazy every time I look around.
What's that?
Bob Lazar.
What the fuck is
You know the song How Bizarre?
Oh,
every
man.
time I say Bob Lazar's name, like that goes into my head.
How bizarre.
Yeah.
But
instead say Bob Lazar.
Chrissy's on another level. I was completely outside of that one. I was on the outside looking in. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Call an ambulance for me. Like, she's finally lost it.
You know what? I found this other one. I found this video I thought you would like. These kids, I've been throwing this into my joy scrolls from time to time because I have been stumbling upon these kids that get into these Zoom meetings.
Oh yeah, they're like for pranking.
Yeah, and
yeah, Frank watches those too.
It's like called Brigin or something like that. I forgot, but they're fantastic. And I found one.
They are funny.
I found one where they're inside of a UFO or alien abduction chat, And there was a person there who apparently has been abducted by aliens and has all these contact stories. And then there was somebody else there who said that he has an alien soul. He is an alien.
What?
So I just wanted to put this in there because it's just ridiculous. Everything they do, it's interesting.
I joined an alien conspiracy class. One of the members claimed to be abducted by aliens.
They attempted to abduct me.
What would an alien want with that
and the other
lady?
one claimed to be an alien.
My soul is not from this planet. I'm from...
Mike, can you explain more what you mean, though?
My soul is from another planet.
How did you figure that out?
All my life, I've been... I think my dad was a starseed, too.
So it runs in families. Yeah,
He said starseed?
Starseed stuff.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you're very special.
Sometimes I get messages.
Okay.
Sometimes I get messages, something going to happen. Before it happens, I get a message. It just happened to me sometimes. So... sometimes I get messages like something before it happened. I know it.
Yeah, well, that's showing that psychic phenomenon is common with contactees. That's a phenomenon.
Allergy, seasonal allergy all my life.
Oh,
Much
yeah,
more.
you're definitely an alien. Pretty funny. I have allergies too. Pretty relatable.
I have a few
allergies too.
You got allergies?
You have allergies.
I sneezed yesterday as well, so I might.
It could be.
An alien
It
too.
could something is very important. Your digestive system. Usually, if your soul is not interplanetary, a lot of times your digestive system doesn't work.
I take the fat.
So, are we all aliens here? I'm constantly constipated, so maybe I'm an alien.
You mentioned your starseed. What does that mean to you?
You don't want to know what a starseed is.
Your soul is not from this planet.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You sneezed, and now you're
It's,
an alien.
most of the people in here, 95% people in here, their soul is from Earth. Have you ever watched a video
Earth.
with Dr. Beckman?
My friends and I joined.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, 95%
No,
of
dude,
people.
maybe you're just eating the wrong foods. Like maybe you just stop eating ice cream at night and it's disagreeing with you.
I know. But no, it's more than that. He's a starseed. He's done more. He's done so much.
My seed is very important and special. I must give it to you.
I got to give you one more then. In this video, is a virtual meeting disrupted by these participants using a deceptive display names. Okay, so everybody, all the kids that got onto the Zoom, they put up display names that were trying to force the meeting host to say horrible things.
Okay,
you know, and
that's awesome.
yeah, so she got set up and yeah, here you go. Hold on. Look at this. Here we go. Wait, let me make sure. Right there. Here we go.
My name's San Juan Dickel. I joined from the group page.
We're glad to see you here today. And we've got Greg and Fat Nicker. And welcome. Well, we're just introducing ourselves. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right, Fat Nicker.
So are you referring to me?
Yes.
Oh, my name's Derek.
Fat Nicker.
Oh, my name's Derek.
Hey, my name's...
That's so amazing.
They got great senses of humor.
God, that's good.
And you know, I just I don't know. It just I tip my cap. It just these particular things are they just remind me of high school, and
It does, yeah.
Being a part of that.
Like everyone's there's this baseball player named Nick Kurtz.
Yes.
And he's quite good, Frank tells me, my husband. So now I'm a baseball expert. But yeah, I guess
he's on the Oakland A's.
Yeah.
Oh, not the he's just on the A's. They're not in Oakland anymore. He's a first baseman.
What are they in Vegas or something?
They're going to Vegas, but they're last year they played in Sacramento.
They're like homeless.
Yeah, they're homeless for another season or two.
Which is so California.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Even they even have a homeless baseball team. That's crazy.
The dumpster fires.
The California dumpster fires. So yeah, Nick Hertz. He had a pretty good year last year for sure. So is Frank watching the World Baseball Classic?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to see like which players are on like what team and why. Like Jazz Chisholm is like he's on the British team, even though he's from some sort of like island or I don't know how far back you have to go to figure out like what team you would be on. But and then apparently the Dominican team, obviously very, very good.
Well, they're just very loud.
They're very loud, but it's like their thing. It's like
yeah, I know.
They can play all year because it's warm.
Yeah, I'm looking. I just really wish that baseball was a part of the Summer Olympics. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing. You run it exactly the same way. You do it over the course of, a week or two. The Olympics go for 2 weeks. You have all these different international
But you
pools.
know, it probably conflicts. Like they have televised games all year round, whereas all these other Olympic athletes don't have televised like games all year round, do they?
Yeah, probably in their respective countries. But, this is the first time that they get to share for a lot of those other, countries and shit like that, they get to share some bigger audiences, more. That's it. We'll see. We'll see what I'm like on the fence about the whole thing. I just tend to like can't wait until it's all over.
Baseball?
No, the WBC in particular. No, the Olympics. I wish it was the case.
Yeah, the world one. Yeah, it's annoying. It's like, why are we doing this?
Anyway,
America's the best.
Whatever.
Everyone go home.
Hey, did you hear about these oarfish? You want to talk about aliens?
Orifices?
Orifices.
Orifice.
Look at this. 2 massive deep sea oarfish. They're very rare.
Wow.
They wash up onto the shore in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. The fish, also known as the doomsday fish, can measure up to 30 feet long. Oarfish are rarely observed and live in a depth of around 3,000 feet.
Cool.
Now, I was looking into this a little bit more, and like you see how these. Hold on a second. Let me get this.
I think this reminds me of another viral video.
Which?
There's this guy with a thick Boston accent, and they were like flabbergasted. They're probably drunk too. And they're like, it's a baby whale. Do you know that one?
No.
If you Google like Boston or like if you Google like it's a baby whale, I think it's an oarfish.
We'll do that
next.
next.
Example too.
Well, look at this thing. And here's the thing. The fact that there are 2 is really what makes it strange, even beyond that, because it's not like unheard of, but still 2 is crazy probabilities. Look at that thing. It's disgusting.
Ew.
It's fucking gross.
Oh. Look, it's Savannah Guthrie.
Look at it.
Whoa! What the hell is that?
I know.
This is, oh my God, why is she going close to it?
They're trying to get it.
It's dumb white women thinking they can push it back into the ocean. Meanwhile, it's going to give them AIDS. Oh my God, why are you touching it? Oh my God.
It's really. I'm sorry.
Is anyone here a marine biologist? There's a golf ball stuck in the blowhole. Yeah, hold my margarita.
Hold my margarita
All
so I
these
can
people
film.
are hammered.
I can film so I can film.
We're in Cabo. It's exciting. We need 5 people to get this fish back in the water.
Now, if I'm correct, I think oarfish kind of like. I think they almost. I don't know if they swim horizontally. I think they might just.
It's like ribbon candy.
Kinda. Hold on.
Well, they're like snakes.
Wait, let's see here.
They
Oarfish.
swim like this.
Now, the reason why doing the doomsday
Like
stuff, I
eels.
looked into the doomsday stuff because just to see how much of this is sensationalized and if there is actually anything beyond anecdotes about them being a harbinger for something. And
So people think this fish is a doomsday fish.
if it shows up on shore, because of how rare it is for them to show up on
Wow.
shore, some people have said that if an oarfish shows up on your beach, if it becomes beached, then it could be indicative of some kind of seismic event that is happening that has screwed up their ability to navigate.
Or there's just too many margaritas in the water.
Margaritas could be it, but they also whether or not there is just something going on, earthquakes or something that's shifting
Whoa.
underneath. Now, I think oarfish, how do
This is all very unsettling, Frank.
swim? I know. I think that there it is. They primarily swim using amiform mode, where they keep their long ribbon-like bodies straight. They don't swim horizontal. Hold on. Let me get some images
Oh, they
here.
swim sideways like a crab?
Hold on. Yeah. The giant
Like an eel.
the hell we at here? I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. You see that one right there? How it's vertical.
Okay.
That's how they flip. They
just
swim around.
Swim up.
Yeah, they swim up. It's strange. I saw it. Oh, there's an oarfish.
Whoa! Look at its face. Ah! It has such a crazy looking face.
Yeah, the world is weird.
Yeah.
But it's also nice to know that there's always something new that you're going to learn. There's Very hard. Very
the
hard.
Ocean is freaking intimidating. Like, it's so mysterious.
What is are you the type that can just go jumping off a boat into the ocean and just swim around? Like a small boat. I'm not talking like a cruise. You're okay with that? With water you can't see the bottom of?
Yeah.
I hate it. What do they call
Some people, really don't like that. Like my stepson doesn't like that. But I don't know.
Wait,
I usually do that. I'm usually the person to do that to see if it's okay for other people to jump off.
Thalassophobia.
Thalassophobia, that's what that's called.
Thalassophobia is the fear of deep, dark, vast bodies of water. The fear of hidden things in water.
Ooh.
That's the whole thing, that the darkness of the water, where you can be like a couple of feet from a ghostly shipwreck.
Or that there's like a shark right next to you.
Gigantic animal.
Jellyfish.
Yeah.
Things gonna bite your ankle and pull you under.
Thalassophobia.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why I think that people who can go scuba diving at night have
that's like cavers. People who I want to get stuck and die down here.
balls. They've got balls. Now
No, they're
cavers,
stupid. Cavers are stupid. It's like you clearly don't have enough problems in your life if you're trying to get stuck in a cave somewhere.
Do we have any cavers out there who can
Cavers in the chat?
Call in. We're going to take some calls. 914-200-0269. Call in with whatever the hell you want. The line is 914-200-0269. If you're a caver or you do anything like that. But you want to talk about balls, get away from just hobbies that it's an unnecessary level of danger that you put yourself in for a hobby like caving.
Yeah.
But for example, rescue crews, people who'll go underwater recovery missions.
Oh, people who want to look at the Titanic for no reason. Like, it's down there. It's going to stay down there.
Well, even if somebody goes, let's say in tragic situations where an airplane will crash into the sea, and you'll have crews that go down there that are
like
going to...
that submarine with the millionaires on it.
Yeah, but there's other ones. There's other ones, like if there is a crash or there's something that sinks and there's loss of life, and you're going... If anybody that goes into the water...
That's tough. That's a tough job.
To recover bodies of the lost, and to have that takes a lot of balls in my.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the strong stomach because their skin's gonna be floating off you.
It's just scary. It's just nuts. Well, hold on, we got
sea creatures will be eating you.
We got calls. Fantastic.
Oh, good. I'm sure there's a lot of cavers.
Rim, are you out there?
Rim.
Well, actually, it was my old RV park, but I go by Last Mimsy now.
Well, Mimsy, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Frank. Caving, where I grew up near Mount Shasta, California, there were a whole series of caves. The Wind Cave, there was one right off one of the highways. You'd go down in it, you'd climb down in. There were other ones that you could... I actually camped in one night with my kids when they were little. Just a whole series of different caves. So.
I think it's one thing to do camping in a cave. Like that sounds normal. I'm talking about these people like the Nutty Putty guy who died in there, like the ones that are you're shimmying in claustrophobic situations.
Yeah, no, the people who are trying to.
There's ones that you can go in and then you have to crawl in on your stomach and you can't turn around and get back out. You have to continue forward till you get into a bigger area, then you can get turned around and go back out.
You know what, Mimsy, though, if you go on any video streaming service or whatever, and you take a look at some of the situations that people put themselves in, it's not even just on your hands and your knees getting to a larger rock chamber. It is literally like what Chrissy says. Some people are just flopping on their bellies and trying to shimmy. And they have to bring little sheets of cardboard to be able to get their chest.
Why? So something's wrong with you if you're voluntarily doing this. Then you're like,
I always wanted to get out of there alive. So
Yeah, yeah, I get no. Yeah, I would never turn down walking through a nice crystal cave. They've got caves like that up in the Adirondacks, and we love going to go and check it out because you can walk through it. But no.
Yeah. These weren't ones that you could really walk through completely. You usually had to do a lot of crawling or climbing over other boulders and stuff like that. But they were fun as a kid. I grew up there, and as a kid, we used to go through them all the time, and taking my kids through them.
Well, thank you for the call, Mimsy. It was great to hear from you.
Have a great night.
You too. Take care. Take a look. This is what I'm talking about.
Mimsy sounds cool.
Listen, if you're claustrophobic, this is going to make me uncomfortable. But take a look. What the hell are they?
You can't even point upwards.
Oh, look at this.
That is crazy.
Look at this.
Oh, now I'm really late.
How did they get in there?
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
My only option is to keep digging.
Like, look, if you want to do a Wicked Witch of the East cosplay.
Oh, I know. You go in there with your striped socks.
Yeah. Red shoes.
We all did.
What? There's something wrong with these people.
You gotta exhale.
Yeah.
But then you can't breathe back in.
You can't even. You have to exhale the whole time. What the hell? Like, does this get your dick hard, people? Do you get a trophy? Is there money involved with this?
That's insane.
Yeah.
This has got to be a sick fetish.
You can't get your dick hard because you need all the space.
Because then you really can't move.
You can't move.
You're
you can't
stuck
move.
in there.
Let's take a call from Jeff.
You can't even have a penis to do that.
Jeff, are you there?
I'm here. You were asking about the cave divers. Years ago, I was in the Navy, and a couple of us here in Mayport drove down to Jenny Springs, and we dove down into a cave. Well, most cave divers who do dive, they'll put little taglines and that sort of thing off on the inner wall of the cave, and generally you're not supposed to dive someone else's line either for safety reasons. But we thought we were impervious Navy divers and no problem. So we dropped down about 65 feet up and over, kind of looking back over my shoulder to see if we could see daylight. And we got into a cavern and kicked the bottom up, and everything went black. We couldn't see each other. We separated, and we were in this cavern for probably a couple, 2-3 minutes, maybe max. But it felt like an eternity. Stupid stuff going through your mind, trying to, think about who's going to pay your car off, just your life flashing before your eyes. But finally found our way out, obviously. And, So
Jeff,
diving is not for the novice.
Wait, so Jeff, going back to your, just for people who are listening, I want you just to harp on this just a little bit more. When you said you're making your way down, there are markings on the walls and all that stuff. You're making your way, but you said you kicked up the floor. I've seen these videos before where people.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Where everything on the bottom of the, whether it be the sand, the mud, whatever the hell it is, it gets kicked up in almost like this dense cloud where you're completely disoriented. You don't know where you are anymore until it all settles down a little bit and you get your bearings again. And I've seen people talk about the panic of trying to work through this and figuring out where you are in this cave when suddenly it's not just you and the markings on the wall. You can't see the walls. You can't see shit. So Jeff, talk about that for a second.
Check this, Frank. Check this out. We're going down, and the little cord that we were using, it actually got hung up in my regulator band on my air bottles, and it cut the line. And we're all three sitting there looking at the cut end, and it's running back deeper into the cave, and the piece going out of the cave, it was gone like a guitar string. So at that point, that's when we stopped, and our fins kicked up the sandy, silty bottom, like you were just talking about, and that's when it blacked out. And again, we were together for at one instant, and then we somehow separated visually, and then it was like we were on our own. And then I bumped into one of my other buddies, and I hung on to him, and we tried to catch the other guy. And eventually we did, and obviously made it out. But it was a harrowing experience. It certainly knocked me down a rung or two thinking of my impervious abilities.
Well, thank God. You know what? Thank God you guys were previously trained in the Navy, because I have to imagine that there are just some amateurs out there who have had thought very highly of themselves, and then all of a sudden get thrust into a situation that they had a hard time handling and never find a way out.
Yeah, that's part of the training, you know, because if you're out there at sea, you know, they try to, there's pool training. It's not SEALs, but it runs parallel to that training. And they're doing different things to you on the pool bottom, yanking your tanks, tying your regulators, and not, you know, running emergencies, and you have to sit there and don't freak out and just work back through procedures.
Wow.
I appreciate the call, Jeff. And please, I love getting calls like this. You know, I know that we got a lot of people out there who have fantastic stories and a lot of strange and interesting experiences. So never sit idly by. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good talking to you, Frank.
Cool.
All right.
That's a real man.
Why
don't you do that, Frank?
That's scary. Oh man, that's some. I'm not doing it. I am not doing. I would like to snorkel.
Yeah.
I have never had a proper snorkeling experience like you are, just in some crystal blue water, and there is a coral reef, and
that sounds fun.
Anemones all over the place. Oh, there's a clownfish, and you know, I would love to get that experience.
I've done that, but just like kind of on the surface. I haven't been like under the water snorkeling.
I can do that. I can get under there, come up to the top, and you know, spew my blowhole through the blowhole, and just, you know,
you can do that at home in the bathtub.
I can do that at home. Yeah. Aurora practices. She says she's a mermaid. She goes in the bathtub. So I don't know. Hey, you know what? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, real quick. Keto Brainz. I got to thank my wonderful friends at Keto Brainz. It is March, and we've got another fantastic giveaway of the greatest nootropic creamer out there. I actually just finished it. I just finished it over here. This.
It makes you think more clearly.
Oh, well, yeah, the L-theanine, the lion's mane, all that.
I was afraid to try it while I was like nursing and pregnant.
Oh,
but,
no.
I want to try it now.
Oh, I think you'd love it. The baby's going to love it. Aurora comes up to me. She goes, Dad, can I have some Keto Brainz? Because every once in a while
she's getting so much done.
I make her like one coffee a week.
What?
She likes.
That's funny. My stepson likes coffee too. He's 15.
What I do is I take a little bit of, she goes, can I have some coffee? I said, okay, I'm going to brew something up for you. So I take one of her little tiny mugs.
Oh, she has tiny mugs?
Yeah. Yeah. She sees all of us with mugs. She wants a mug too.
That's
so
cute.
I put a little bit of half and half in there, then a little bit of coffee, just enough so that it's warm enough to be cozy, you know?
Yeah.
And then I put in like a half a scoop of Keto Brainz, and then a little bit to sweeten it, a little bit of organic maple syrup, just a little bit.
Cool.
And then I whip it up, and then I sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on top. And she loves it.
Oh.
She loves it, and it's really tasty. So I call it the Aurora Special.
Oh.
And so, but either way, sometimes she goes, Dad, can I have coffee today? I go, not today, honey. She goes, but can I have some Keto Brainz? And I said, sure. And she just opens her mouth, and I just scoop it right in. So it's
doing lines of it up.
I know. We do bumps of it at home. Me and a 5-year-old.
Keto bumps.
I know. Like it's just nuts. It's like Long Island. It's like Long Island in the 1990s. It never stops.
It's got like vitamins in it and stuff.
It's MCT oil. It's the coconut derived MCT oil and lion's mane mushroom and all that. Your brain loves it. And yeah, so, but like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, in March, we have a giveaway again, a gigantic one that we're going to be doing. It just use promo code March and you get 15% off, and you're going to be in the running for another like $700 grand prize. And we will have runners up as well. It's going to include this bone broth that I'm about to try, the BPC 157, another goodie pack just from the local people out there in Montana that usually comes with jerky and God knows what else. But also, while you're on ketobrainz.com, go in and grab yourself a box of the salty electrolyte packets. Trust me, you're dehydrated. Trust me, water is not enough. And if you don't like just drinking sea salt all day, I'm telling you, try the salty electrolyte packs. I use the
they're so good. Those I did try when they were a content house.
Okay, great. So you had that.
Yeah, they're delicious.
If you want samples of that, email me. Even if you've had Keto Brain samples in the past, if you want to try the salty packets, Molly sent me a couple of strawberry packets from like God knows how long ago, and it's good. It doesn't break your fast, and you feel like so much. We're all just drying sea sponges over here. Telling you.
I wake up every morning, I feel dry
and foggy.
Yeah. Frank likes to sleep with the fan on, so I always wake up like,
well, I mean, what's the temperature of your room when you go to sleep?
Oh, he likes it at like 68 or colder.
That's
even.
Good.
And that's actually ideal for the baby too, like between 68 and 70 or something. But
it's ideal for everybody. You know what I realized? That
but I don't like the wind tunnel.
No, the wind in your face, I understand that. Like that does dry. All of a sudden you wake up and you're like, yeah, it's like the cinnamon challenge or something like that.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, my lips are cracked. Like, not good.
But it's I also don't like air, the fact that we are, using the air conditioner and all that stuff. And
yeah, I prefer an open window over an AC.
We have to. Our bedrooms are couple of floors up, and in May when it's 75 degrees outside and beautiful, it's like an oven. We're already well into the 80s, so I mean you gotta switch it up quick. Unfortunately, there's a couple of summers that Lauren and I tried raw dogging it, but now with Aurora, we can't do that to Aurora.
You were raw dogging it too much, and now Aurora's here.
Now she's here. All right, so there you have it. Thank you so much to Keto Brains. All right, over on, take a look at this. The New York accent. I want to bring this up with you.
Oh, yeah.
The New York accent is fading away according to a new survey.
No.
And you guys can call in at any time, whatever the hell you want. Here's what I saw on Instagram. I wanted to bring it up with you. Are we really losing the New York accent? A new nationwide survey from WordFinder ranked NYC number 12 among U.S. cities where local accent is reportedly fading from everyday conversation.
Thanks a lot, illegals.
You could blame transplants, blame social media, blame corporate neutral speech. Linguistics experts say accents naturally soften over time, especially when people feel pressure to sound more standard in professional settings. Back in 2005, students at LIU Brooklyn were even taking speech classes to lose their New York accent. It's called non-regional diction, if you're getting into the media business. But ask around in Bay Ridge, Staten Island, or the Upper West Side, and you'll still hear it. Long O's, dropped R's, a little attitude in every sentence. So what do you think? Is the New York accent fading, or are we just not listening close enough?
I blame the illegals.
Listen, there is no doubt there's a piece of that. It reminded me of this, though. And you guys call in with this as well if you feel like there's been some kind of shift in the local accent with you. Is it softened up since your grandparents? Is it softened up because of transplants or people? What do you think? It reminded me of this old video that I love about a quick lesson in Southern linguistics. And I'm going to play it right now. Take a listen to this one.
But the primary reason, most people don't realize that the American Southern accent is not a sign of ignorance, but actually the fact that, according to linguists, we're the only people left in the United States who generally still sound like our ancestors. Because if you listen to native-born Southern speakers, the average Southerner tends to sound more like this, what we call this Moonlight Magnolia's drawl, because if you speed up that Southern drawl, over time it rapidly becomes a British accent. Most people don't realize that people that came here from Europe were largely from the United Kingdom. So when they got here, this was more along the lines of their speaking tones. But that's the first and second generations coming off the boats, not their children. By the third and fourth generations, the kids don't quite sound like mum and dad anymore because they're starting to develop a slight elongation of the way they talk.
Cool.
What's today called the Virginia Tidewater accent. It's not a complete Southern drawl because that's a port area. But as you go farther into the Southern interior and the years progress, the accent tends to get thicker, deeper, richer. By Arkansas, Alabama, Georgia, heck yeah, you got a full-blown Southern drawl. But people don't realize that in most cases in Louisiana, many of the native speakers don't sound like that. They tend to sound like this, I guarantee, especially around the bayous.
Oh, I love that
South
accent.
Louisiana
Crawdad!
accent. Over time it becomes en français, French. with, of course, certain exceptions in New Orleans, which tend to sound like more like New Yorkers because of the Irish and the Sicilian Italian influence. So they tend to sound a bit more like this. And people tend to get a little confused because they think, what, you from New York? Nah, I'm from New Orleans. Why? So you have to realize that at the end of the day, Southern speakers, like I said, we're not ignorant as it's often been assumed, but we simply sound like the ancestors that came here so many years ago.
Cool. Like, look, fine. You can come to this country, whatever state you end up in. You must assimilate and you must change your accent to sound like the heaviest version of that place.
Please.
Then you can stay.
As long as you sound like you belong here, I'm fine with it. It's just too much.
I wanted to be a news person in college, so I did work on getting rid of my New York accent.
You did?
Yeah, because I was like, I think in college I was like given to think like I would be less employable because of the accent. Turns out I'm less employable because of my personality and brains.
Yeah. Well, so where did you go in college?
Fairfield.
Okay.
Yeah, not too far from here.
No, it's not at all. That's interesting.
I was like, oh yeah, fully planning. Oh, I'm going to move to like Alaska or some far out state and then work my way back to a relevant market. And then I interned at Dateline in the city. And I was like, oh, this is boring. This is so horrible.
What was boring about Dateline? Did you get anywhere near the production studio?
Yes, I was a production intern. And I was around Stone Phillips all the time. Remember Stone Phillips on Dateline?
Let me get his picture up.
Oh, yeah. And that's how he sounds all the time. That's his all the time personality. That's just, he's not just putting that on for the show.
Is he still alive?
I don't know.
Oh, he's 71 years old.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
He's alive.
Yeah, I would print out rundowns, sometimes order food. It was so boring. And then I interned at Conan the following year, and I was like, oh, yeah, comedy. These are my people.
How was that? So were you
fun.
Were you in the room with Conan?
Yeah, he would like blow in and out a lot. Like sometimes I'd have to fetch his credit card from whatever bar he left it at the night before.
Oh.
Like if you were really lucky as a production intern, you'd get to order dinner and then you get a dinner too. But that was like a highly sought after task. You know, like keeping the fridge stocked with his favorite yogurt, Stonyfield Farms vanilla, and his favorite bubble gum, which was like I think it was juicy fruit. It was a bubble flavored bubble gum, which was his favorite. We had to keep that around.
This is good to know.
And it was cool. I got to talk to like all the writers, Jose Arroyo, Brian Stack. Who was the other one?
What year was this? Was that right out of college?
This was my junior year of college. So like 2000, in the year 2000. No, I'm lying. It was 2004. No, was it? It was my senior year. I'm totally lying. This was 2005. 2004 or 5. And I worked there the same year as Ellie Kemper, who went on to do The Office. She was like a much older intern. She was like 26 at the time. I'm like, how the hell does a 26-year-old get up in here, get this like this internship meant for like 20-year-olds, you know?
Was it? It wasn't paid though.
No, it wasn't paid. And that's when she met Michael Coleman, who eventually became her husband. He was a writer on the staff at the time.
That's always good to get you immediately get shacked up.
Immediately, I'm like, yeah. Why didn't I try to hit on any of the writers? Stupid. Who else was there? This guy John Bander, who was another stand-up comic. This girl Liz Mealy, who was another stand-up comic. This guy Adam Yenzer, who went on to work for the Ellen Show, and like quite a few other like network shows.
Oh, you remember a lot of people.
Isn't that funny? I can't even remember like important things.
I don't think I would ever. Jeez. I don't think I remember anybody at this point.
From an internship?
I don't know. I mean, then again, if I was in a situation where it's like, you know, I'm at the Rainbow Room.
You know why I remember these people? Because we all became like Facebook friends, and you all kind of like, oh, wow, you guys are stand-ups too, and then you keep tabs on them, like in the same way you remember certain names, people you went to high school with. Like it's an important little like nostalgic memory hole for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Conan was just cool. He was just like a very large, tall figure. His hair was so high. And but mostly, yeah, talking to the writers, and the writers would say, go into improv if you like this. You know, like do improv. And one of them, Jose, gave me a book about comedy writing and like said a lot of nice things. And they, you know, oh God, but I remember being working there, being so inspired, so just like in awe of 30 Rock and like, wow, the media, showbiz, not knowing the things I know now. And just like how your politics can completely thwart your career. But just like, oh my God, this is so cool. It just, seems like so full of possibility. But at the same time being so anxious because these were so competitive. Like everybody wanted to be a PA. Everyone wanted to be get that entry level job at Conan. Everybody wanted to I was dying to be an NBC page, a job that paid $20,000 or $25,000 a year. Like you'd still be in poverty basically. But I was like, ugh, I was like so qualified to do it because I gave tours at my college and I had 2 NBC internships. I'm like, I guess I'm not brown enough or connected enough to get this job.
And that was already a hurdle back then.
That was like a big. I was like disappointed for a long time that I didn't get that job. But then I ended up giving tours at Radio City Music Hall, which is
we were talking about that on the show on Saturday night.
Yeah, it was my first job out of college.
Can I tell you, there was when we went to go bring Aurora to Radio City for this past Christmas, the women that they had working the front doors to get people through and have them lead them through the metal detectors and all that stuff are like guards at Auschwitz. Like it's just incredible. The angriest black ladies.
Wow.
The angriest black ladies you can find. I wish we had
angry black ladies working at Auschwitz.
There's nothing better than a friendly.
Get your Jewish ass back in the oven.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing better than a friendly, loving black woman.
Oh, that's what everybody wants. That
you can put that in.
They're so hard to come by.
You put them in the front of the front door, and
no one's gonna fuck with them.
It's just you don't want to. It's just like oh, this is so nice. It's like a warm blanket.
Yeah.
And then it was just this. I was like, wow, like this is
just for no reason.
It's a Christmas extravaganza, and you're like this screaming.
It's like why would you clearly hate this forward-facing customer service job. Why are you doing this? Why are you here?
And why are you frustrated?
Yeah.
Everybody's walking shoulder to shoulder to get through these tiny doors, and we can't go faster. And it's like you're frustrated and nobody's. So everything after that was fine, and we had a great time and all that shit. But I was like, why did they put the Auschwitz guard in the front?
Right.
It's just so stupid. You're walking through
Probably
the metal
DEI,
detector.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, salty.
I remember when I was
shit.
working there, they tried to hype us up. They were like, wow, guys, Wesley Snipes used to work here. He used to be an usher or something.
An usher there?
Yeah. And everyone's like, cool. We're going to have a great future. And most of them like, no, we're not. He's just the one that got famous.
Wesley Snipes. Well, there are other things that we can do here tonight. I wanted to show you this Tyler Oliveira follow-up since we did the other thing together last week. But just remember, to remind you guys, Super Chats through YouTube, Rumble, Quite Frankly Super Chat.tv and beyond.
Chats.
We want to read them. And also, you are starting to build up your chances to win, 4 quarters worth of silver.
Wow.
And then a free bag of silver of Keto Brainz with your golden ticket, and then you're getting this Mad Ball.
That's cool.
It's got great bounce. It's fantastic. You're gonna love it. And there's other things that we're gonna be adding on as the week goes on.
Yeah, if I had that Mad Ball, I would get a special little stand for it. I think like a little display thing that would hold it. I think that would be cool.
Maybe I'll do that over here. Let me take a call. 276. You're on the air. Go ahead. Hello.
Hey, Frank.
Who's this?
It's me, Mario.
It's good to have you on, Mario. So what's on your mind?
No, it's not really Mario.
Luigi?
No, not quite.
Oh.
It's Big Red.
Who is it? Big Red?
Big Red or Blue Ridge, either one.
Oh, Blue Ridge. What's going on? No, it's good to have you. And Blue Ridge, weren't you watching on Saturday night too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, we saw you in the chat room.
Probably.
It's good
in the chat room.
It was good to hang out. So what's on your mind tonight?
I really don't know. I just calling in. I didn't think he'd go answer. So
Okay.
throw this out there. As far as the Southern accent
Where are you
goes,
from?
how far, like, how Southern has mine sounded so far?
You sound pretty Southern. I would say
Like
like
real
more.
Southern?
I would say you sound
You
more.
know, it could get worse.
I think you sound more Southern than North Carolina.
Did I sound more Southern than that
Okay.
earlier? or
Well,
now?
all right. Well, it's okay. So you sound pretty Southern. Is there anything else you want to leave us with, my friend?
He didn't prepare for you to pick up.
I know. Well, I don't understand that. When people say, "I didn't think you were going to pick up," well, then why would you? You don't have anything in mind.
No, he didn't think this through.
Here's what I was going for. All right. So you got
Oi,
the
for
Southern
fuck's
accent.
sake, you're
And
calling
what is
it.
it close to?
I don't. Okay, one more chance.
This is
Say
his
something.
one-man show.
I
running
know.
through
I know.
for us.
I want to hear. I want to hear. Say something so we can go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, well, I had to move on.
This is his America's Got Talent audition.
Jeez, I don't know what the
And
hell.
we just gave him a thumbs down.
Yeah, we had to pull the hook. We had to get the hook out.
You are not going to Hollywood, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember, we need your calls in 2026.
Say something, anything.
When you call in this year, and I hope all of you do, and often, call in believing you're going to get through, and in the event that you do, have something in mind to say. Like, I'm just going to call this number and see what happens.
Literally, like, say to your grok, "Hey, I'm calling into Quite Frankly. What should I ask?" In fact, should I do that and see what grok says?
Yeah, let me see what this would be interesting.
This is interesting because I'm getting a quite okay.
Okay, you put that in there.
Hi, I'm calling into Quite Frankly. What should I ask Frank about? Or what should I talk about?
Honestly, just ask him what he's been up to lately. Like, hey, what have you been doing with yourself?
No.
That opens the door without sounding nosy.
No.
If he bites, follow up with something real.
They don't know. They don't know they're talking about. You're talking about this show.
Keeps it light, but shows you actually listen.
No.
Worst case,
This bitch is trying to tell you how to make friends. She's not talking about a radio show. Hold on. Let me here. You type something different in. Let me take this call. 817. You're on the air. Go ahead.
What's going on, Frank and Chrissy? This is Cloud9.
Cloud9, welcome. What's up?
Nothing much. I just wanted to touch upon some of the crazy stunts you were talking about earlier. Have you heard of this guy named, I think it's Magnus Notub or something like that? It's a Norwegian YouTuber. He does all sorts of crazy stunts. I don't know if you've heard of his channel.
No, Magnus.
No, but
No.
I love Norwegians, so I'm already interested.
Yeah, so he's got several videos, and in particular, there's one where he's doing some cave diving. It's not, scuba diving per se, but it's like actually doing a cave dive, fully backpacking and going down. I think it's called Hellhole. Well, anyways, he goes down there, and there's several points where you have to contort your body in order to get by. So some of the videos that you were showing earlier that kind of look like the Wicked Witch of the East, where you've got them squeezing underneath a rock center. There's some other areas similar to that, but it's different. So at one point, he has to manage to get through a rock center, and he has to twist his upper torso and then shoot diagonally out and do it in such a way as to move quickly, because if he doesn't, he gets stuck there. So, I mean, I don't want to spoil the video for any of your watchers or viewers tonight, but it's well worth the I think it's 30 minutes or so. But I had no idea this place existed. I think it exists somewhere in Atlanta, Georgia, or maybe outside of Atlanta.
Where? Oh, hold on. Wait,
go ahead.
I think I found Magnus Midtbo.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, so what's this particular video that you're talking about? Because
it's called I think it's called Explorations of Hellhole.
Explorations of Hellhole. Let me just hold on. Magnus.
I imagine it's a porn.
I know. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah,
here.
probably. It does sound like a porn title.
I'm just gonna put Hellhole in there.
You.
Why I'm never caving again. Surviving Hellhole.
Oh, that's it right there.
Surviving Hellhole?
Surviving Hellhole, yep. And then there's one where I think it's called the deepest cave dive I've ever done. And it's, I don't know, I think it's at around, what do you say, 4,000 something odd meters. It's crazy. Basically, Journey to the Center of the Earth type level.
Okay, hold on. I found a couple of shorts on his hellhole expedition.
Is it him going into cold water?
I don't know, and then I'm gonna look at the 20-minute longer. The 20.
This is some.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me see what I can get through over here in the time that we have left. What is there anything else you'd like to say, Cloud9?
Yeah, and then just on top of that, I've done some zip lining myself over large canyons, and I don't know if I would qualify that as, dangerous as cave diving, but I will say at several points when I've been doing zip lining, I've done it over lakes, over canyons, and I think it was the largest, I don't know how you qualify. I guess it would be the longest zip line in the United States. And at several points throughout my own experience, there were several, what I believe to be snaps along the way, like audible snaps.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought, engineer, might as well make peace, right? But, I'm talking to you, so obviously Guardian Angel was working overtime that day. But
what was
outside of that, man, I will leave you with Magnus, and hopefully, Chrissy, you will enjoy the video as well. And maybe you'll work up the courage to go into Hellhole someday.
No.
I don't think so. I have a hard time getting into certain elevators.
I can barely get into my pants.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you.
Okay. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, take care. I just, if I had felt snaps and shit like that.
Who?
That sounds like a scene out of that movie Cliffhanger.
Oh, that's so scary. But you do that, you would know that's going to happen going into it. Again, it's a fetish. People, they like this stuff. They like to feel scared.
There has to be. Hold on. Here's a couple of what he said. This hellhole, terrifying cave, hidden secret. Hold on. Here, take a look at this. It's a minute long.
Locals call this cave Hellhole, and what's inside is truly terrifying. You will not believe the secrets at the bottom.
Oh my god. Alright, here we go.
After entering and crawling through numerous tight squeezes for around an hour, you arrive at the corkscrew, the tightest squeeze.
How did you get through here? I don't understand. I don't think it's physically possible for me to get through here. Can you just put down like just one
Why?
second? You turn around. Were you facing up or down when you do this? Okay, yeah, no. I got it.
This was so tight I almost got stuck, but we just about made it through. Next was the drop, a 50...
And then, see, even if there was any way, shape, or form that I can bring myself to get through that, without I was motivated to get through that for any reason, I would immediately start freaking out knowing I have to go back.
There's so much that can go wrong, and I'm convinced that this kind of activity... This is for skinny men who were never athletic, who never did sports. They're not fast. They're not strong. They can't jump. They're not artistic. Oh, I'm small. Let me shimmy through a cave. That's my final
part
option.
Where one slip would be a complete disaster.
Oh wow. Oh my, that is cool. Oh god.
Then, after a few more tight squeezes, we arrived at the legendary Hall of Faces.
God, this is
It's people who've died doing this.
Sculptures and stuff.
Yeah, there's a cross there that somebody... Great.
There's an Orthodox icon there, huh?
Someone had to do that, carrying that shit.
Yeah, well, just...
that stuff, and then be like, I'm going to leave.
Well, wait, hold on.
Here's
Here's the stuck.
Or
Here's the
maybe-
getting stuck.
Oh.
I have to like breathe out just to be able to fit in here. This is actually worse than I thought. How did you get through here? I don't understand.
There's something wrong with these people.
I don't think it's physically
There's something
possible for me to
mentally
get through
wrong.
here.
Yeah.
These people need to be psychiatrically evaluated. They need to be thrown into a lab. People with clipboards need to figure out what's wrong with their brains.
It's real when they get the clipboards out.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. Okay, hold on. Not Your Mom says, love the cut of Chrissy's jib.
Thank you.
There you have it.
I just had my jib cut. Thank you for noticing.
Sean Joe, thank you. Silly Boris is always a great show when Chrissy is on. Thank you, Frank. Happy Hanukkah. Dean Z says, let's see here. Frank, I can't let you get away with the shout out on the Sunday stream. Thank you. While Dean, that's just so nice of you. Dean and his wife put together a new tallow company.
Ooh.
And he sent a whole bunch of body butter and all these different types of soaps and stuff. And I showed people on the Sunday stream with the sponsors because a pile of it was just sitting there, and it's so good. And I'll share the link out there one day, especially if they're set up for e-commerce. Those local businesses, they can really use the help. But they're doing great. Vesper says Frank can give away silver, but his show is pure gold.
Wow,
that's very nice. Corey J says love Chrissy, great show. Safety Net says March Keto Brainz drawing, please. Much love, Lynn. And Sean Joe again with the cookie. So we'll get around to those in a second. Over on Rumble, I see people are reacting as I would if the first time I saw the cave crawling. Looks awful. Thank you. Jay Semo says, great start to the week. Put me in for the raffle. You are in. You are in. Nothing will take you out at this point. And yeah. Let's check in on Tyler Oliveira, okay? This is a couple of days ago.
Where is he based?
I don't know, but I think he's around here.
Get him in.
That would be something else. They tried to silence me, but it backfired. They say, take a look at this.
Less than 24 hours. That's how long it took for Patreon to delete my account after I uploaded a video titled, I Exposed New Jersey's Jewish Invasion. No warning, no first strike, no option to take anything down. Patreon account gone, deleted overnight. Over the last few years, I've made videos about every group of people you can imagine. Somalis in Minneapolis, Haitians in Springfield, Ohio, corrupt Christian megachurches, Pakistani Muslim gangs in England, incest families in Appalachia, Indians throwing cow poop at each other, drug addicts, pimps, prostitutes, and not a single platform blinked. But the moment I made a video about a Hasidic Jewish community in upstate New York that uses welfare to support families of up to 8 to 10 kids, sponsors pulled out. Old sponsors even called me demanding that I cut out their sponsorship from videos that are 2 years old. And the ADL even has the audacity to publish an article saying that my video harkens back to age-old anti-Semitic stereotypes for asking Hasidic Jews what they do for a living and if they're on welfare. How do they afford 8 to 10 kids? Here's what I've learned. When they can't call you a liar, they attack your name.
And yeah, so that was the New York thing. He went to Lakewood. It's more of the same. Just a couple of we can jump around here with the most viewed. I feel like everything.
Is that a dumpster fire?
Something. You're not welcome here, they say.
You're not welcome here, and you're not welcome in a lot of other places based on your videos.
You don't own this place. You don't own America.
No, you should move on. Nobody wants you here. Please move out.
Tyler, it seems like you discovered that anti-Semitism is lucrative, no?
So Pat obviously thought that we should pay for their money, so why don't you move to a different country? So
why don't you go back to Israel? That would be my question.
I got like public safety. Yeah. I would say 150 calls about you already.
What are they calling about?
People trying to live a quiet life.
You two gentlemen, I saw a video of you walking into 136 Hillside. They asked not to come back.
Amazing.
If you come back, it'll be a trespassing charge.
So you say anti-Semitism, I say anti-Goyism.
The Jewish community is extremely racist.
You have a group of people that call themselves God's people. You are a Semite supremacist.
Elon Musk has 12 kids. Why can't I have 12 kids?
He pays for them. You're arguing that I should pay for your kids.
I'm arguing that the government said.
That's our money. I pay taxes.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? Can I call the cops on you?
I mean that's.
Oh, excuse me.
What are you doing?
Why can't there just be one Chad Jewish guy? Just one.
You listen. This is this video is an hour 13 minutes long. It's just as riveting as the first one. It's just in another state, and again, it's incredible. This has 412,000 likes. 7.5 million views. It's from 15 days ago. And it's insane because you're not pulling any punches and you're saying, hey, everybody's got their fingers in the pie. And the pie is us.
We're the pie.
We're the pie. And I just want to cut everybody's fingers off.
Yeah. Only my husband is allowed to have his fingers in my pie. Right? Only Lauren can have her fingers in your pie, Frank.
Yeah.
What you do in the privacy of your bedroom is your business.
I just don't want this guy's fingers in my pie.
I just don't want Jewish fingers in my pie. Is that so crazy?
Should I call the police? But it's just, it makes no. I mean, this just does not surprise me at all that Patreon would say goodbye to Tyler. Hold on, let me take.
That's crazy.
I know. Well, he started his own thing now. His own thing where you can subscribe through his website, which I think everybody needs to be doing. That's when I started. When Patreon, I think the first person that Patreon just took down without warning was Lauren Southern.
That's right.
That was like 2017.
Girl, and what did she do to like?
I forget. That? It was one, expedition or another that she was on.
Documentaries.
And she was gone. And then there's all types of debanking things going on. And that's when things like Subscribe Star popped up. And I try to spread people out, and I don't know what to promote these days. I really don't know. But the best thing to always do is to have a website that is set up for yourselves, that is impervious to being shut down or having. That's why Quite Frankly.tv is always, whenever I'm out there just introducing myself to people, say, hey, if you want all the information you need, go to the website. You can watch it on the website. It's powered by Pilled. It's a small independent video streaming site that, as long as there's internet, I know I'll be live there, because you just don't know.
Yeah. It's crazy that this is still happening in 2026.
Yeah. I mean, what's happening now, though, this in particular is getting so selective, so obviously selective, though. Like,
I like how he went through all the other videos he's done and all the other groups he's been critical of.
I feel like the ADL, the Israeli lobby, and all that stuff are just like cashing in their chips and just leaving, because they're not.
It's the same as the race hustlers, like the Al Sharptons. It's like they're just salivating. Oh, good. Something we can say that like anti-Semitism is so bad and still alive and well. Like, oh, good.
Well, when I look at this thing in Lakewood, I say to myself, give me the Puerto Ricans any day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll learn how to make.
They're better cooks.
I'll learn how to make a good coquito.
Better lovers, I've heard.
We'll pray the rosary together.
Yeah.
And I'll eventually, you give me some time, and I'll turn them into radicals.
Better baseball players, certainly. How many Jewish baseball players?
Oh,
do you know?
the Jewish baseball team just got. Did you see them get destroyed by the Dominicans today? Hold on, Siri. What was the score? Really Siri, what was the score of the Israeli World Baseball Classic game today? The Dominican Republic beat Israel 10-1 today.
Oh, wow.
And knocked them out, which is the most anti-Semitic thing they could have ever done.
How dare they?
So that's the end of that. Chrissie, because we're going to jump over to the flip side now. But before we go, please remind people in the Orlando area where they can come and see you on the 20th of March.
Oh, yes. If you're in town for the Geeks and Gamers Nerdrotic meetup, or if you just live in the Orlando area, come see me that next Friday, the 20th. It's 10 o'clock show at the Orlando Comedy Club, also known as the Calypso Bar and Grill on 6300 Park Corniche Drive in Orlando. Tickets are on sale now. Go to my website, ChrissieMayr.com. Hope to see you there. There's going to be a lot of local VIPs, local celebrities. Who knows? Maybe some FNT people to get on the show as well. So it's going to be really fun. Plus, your ticket includes an after party after the show. And it'll be a fun hang.
Yes, it will be. And like I said, if you show up there, make sure you take a picture with Chrissie and then tag me or send it to me and just to show that you were there. And me and Lauren will send something to you, even if it's just a postcard or something fun.
A butthole pic from Lauren, something.
No, yeah, just something quaint. Something quaint and trad. Anyway, ladies and gents, come to the flip side. What are we going to do on the flip side tonight? I think that Chrissie is well suited to do a joy scroll. A true joy scroll.
What? I've never done such a thing.
Yeah, we're just going to scroll together through Reels on Instagram.
I'm familiar with doom scrolling.
Or we're going to have a good time doing it.
Wow.
That's a joy scroll.
What an idea.
Yes. So you got to come to the flip side. I just put the link into the chat. If you are listening to this after the fact, remember I usually put the time-stamped link to the flip side pinned in the comments of the Rumble and the YouTube. So you can always go. There's no paywall, nothing like that. You just go and you press play. The other thing I would just like to tell you before I leave is, like Tyler Oliveira and anybody else out there that's doing something independent and wants to continue to be independent and to thrive and to be hopefully a pillar, a cornerstone of what will be the new media, the future of the media. Please become a sponsor of the show. It's 20 years on air. It's not just the people out there who support the show that allow that kind of longevity. It's love. I fucking love doing this. And I have so many more things I'd like to do to support the nightly broadcast and kind of expand all that outward. And I would love for you to become a sponsor of the show. On quitefrankly.tv, the sponsor section, there's all of your options there. You can become a postcard or a pen pal sponsor or a Polaroid sponsor on Patreon and Subscribestar, or just punch your ticket for $5 through quitefrankly.tv itself, and you're going to get in on all of the film club watch parties. We just watched the Sherlock Holmes film on Friday night. That's awesome. Part 2 of that is going to be on March 27th. You get so much. I give you so much, and it's because I love it, and I want to keep doing it for more decades. So be a part of it, and also support Chrissie. Support everybody.
Support me.
Yeah, support Chrissie. If you enjoy what she does, subscribe. Put the notifications on.
For 50 cents a day,
for 50
you could feed baby Frankie.
That's it. Send over a cup of rice every day. And also, like I said, if you become a sponsor for $10 or more, I'm sending you out this Quite Frankly 20 Years t-shirt.
Wow, that's cool.
It's exclusive. It's not available to the public yet. I hate this show. Which is, of course, is a phrase that was given to us all by my wonderful daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, many years of quotes ahead, I'm sure. All right,
when did she say that?
It was on. Hold on. It was in the Christmas show. It's got.
What prompted that?
Let me see.
That's so funny.
I was just asking her
I feel
about.
Like I should know this lore.
No, you're gonna see it right now. Wait, where's the standby? Where's the intro? Dr. Ferg, wash your ass. Where the hell is I hate this show? It's got to be. Oh, here it is. Ready? This is from Christmas 2024. Hold on. What do you think that we should do to entertain people at home?
I hate this show.
Oh, so I don't look at the chat room. Dear God. She kind of brought that with her. I know.
That's so cute. That should be a clip in your intro or outro.
Yeah, well, I mean, I try to slip it into the intro as much as I can. I got to do something. Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's been immortalized. She just turned 4.
Like 4. Oh, 4 is the best age.
I know. She still has these beautiful fluffy cheeks, but their cheeks start deflating after 4.
Oh.
They start becoming more, they start lengthening out like taffy. They start growing. So I'm going to have to feed her some high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
Make her fat again.
Oh, she's so cute.
Little pudgy thing. All right. Anyway, we'll see you on the flip side. The link is in the chat room. Join us. It's going to be funny and it's going to be completely uncensored. So there you go. Good night. No!
I'll catch you on the flip side.
All right. Quite frankly, film before a live studio audience. Now our super chatters, Rockman Drums, Gribble-Cillin, Joe Martinez, Jay Brits, Shotzi, and thank you to Jay Semo. Thank you to all of our wonderful people on Pilled. We are going to go over to Pilled right now and be a little bit more intimate. We're going to get into the general chat, and it's so much better than just leaving the studio. Let's do a little bit extra on the flip side for the next 27 minutes until the lights go out. Nighty-night.
Goodbye.
All right, that's it. Thanks, everybody.